First week of 2017 in the books, and the world has gone crazy. Hello everybody, what is up? I'm Julia, friends call me J-Rock. Thank you for stopping by Tumbleweed Logic. I appreciate you being here. If you end up liking this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss anything that's coming up because we've got some dope videos on the way, so I want you to stay tuned for those. Happy Saturday. Well, by the time this goes up, it's gonna be Sunday, but happy Saturday nonetheless. The first week of 2017 is in the books, and it seems like there were so many L's this week for so many different people. It just seems like the world went crazy. What happened? We hopped into 2017 and it seems like people lost their minds. There are so many stories to choose from this week, but I'm gonna give you my top 5 L's this week that I saw people catch. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1. Kim Burrell. Wow. If anybody caught an L this week, it was her. For those of you who don't know, Kim Burrell is a prominent singer, pastor, preacher. She's very big in the gospel industry. She was caught on tape giving a sermon, basically giving a very homophobic rant, talking about gay people having a perverted spirit and speaking very negatively against them. Obviously, the world caught wind of it and was very up in arms. And to cap things off, she was supposed to go on Ellen. Think about that now, to sing with Burrell because she has a duet with Burrell related to the Hidden Figures movie. Unfortunately for Kim, once the world caught wind of that, that was no more, because obviously Ellen was not going to have her on her show after she heard her lambasting and going in on gay people. On top of that, Kim also lost a radio show that she had with Texas Southern University, and then I believe she's been kicked out of one of the upcoming gospel performances she had with BMI. I'll have some links down below to the story. I've heard people say, you know, she's just a pastor preaching about this or preaching about sin. Let me tell y'all something. There's a whole lot of sin in the Bible that no one speaks about. For some reason, when it comes to homosexuality, everyone's a Christian, everyone knows the Bible, everyone's Jesus's biggest fan. Spare me. Furthermore, Kim ain't had no problem cashing these here homosexual checks. How'd she end up on Ellen? And for those of you who don't know, she's also on Frank Ocean's album. You heard right, Frank Ocean. So how is it that you are so, you know, against gay people or preaching to them in love, but you had no problem cashing these checks? You didn't. I'm sure she did not share her views on gay people and how she felt about them before getting onto Frank Ocean's album, agreeing to perform on Ellen, or being part of the gospel industry. The gospel industry is full of people who are homosexual, bisexual, etc., etc. When were you gonna tell everybody that you had this whole issue? I'm sorry. Whatever your spiritual beliefs are, I can't knock that. This is America, but you gotta be consistent. In the words of Jay-Z, I don't believe you. You need more people. Number 2, Meek Mill. Bruh, this dude cannot catch a break. He just keeps catching L's every single year, like back to back. See what I did there though? For those of you who don't know, Nicki Minaj, his now ex-girlfriend, confirmed on Twitter earlier this week she was single and she was focusing on her work. So kudos to her for her getting back to what made her great. But Meek, I mean, like, this dude can't catch a break. First of all, the project that was highly anticipated that came out, Dream Chasers 4, is that what it's called? All the reviews said it was lackluster to mediocre at best. He's taking the L's from Drake with their whole rap beef, and now his dream girl that he was gushing all over has also left him. One wonders what's left. Your career isn't there, your girl isn't there. I feel like he needs a therapist. Hey Meek, this goes out to you. If you need someone to talk to. No, not me. I've got a number for you to call. I wasn't offering my own services. But my hopes for him to maybe turn things around, that he can somehow get his life together. I mean, hell, when Future broke up with his girl, I mean, he made some of the hottest music of his life. Hopefully the same will happen for Meek. We don't know. Number 3, Yahoo Finance. They made a post this week talking about Donald Trump wanting a bigger Navy. However, there was a spelling faux pas, if you will, where instead of bigger Navy, it said nigger Navy, and Black Twitter went in. All the way in. There was just so much comedy gold. They came up with nigger Navy names. USS Deadass was one of the ones that ended up trending. Different just comments and tweets that were just going around. It was pure Twitter gold. But for Yahoo Finance, it was pretty embarrassing. The unfortunate thing is, though, they left that tweet up for a very long time, at least 20 minutes. Usually when people have those kind of spelling errors or any sort of misprint, they're pretty quick on their feet to try to yank it down before people screenshot it. But you know the internet is quick, so all the memes and everything came out lightning fast. I'll flash a couple of my favorites on the screen. Twitter went in and it was awesome, except for Yahoo Finance. Number 4, Chris Brown and Soulja Boy. The both of them get L's for this. They have some sort of beef going on because of, what's her name? Kaleidoscope, whatever her name is. They have some sort of beef that was going on, and they're back and forth. They agreed to some sort of fight, and I mean, that whole scenario was stupid. I mean, I'm a big Chris Brown fan, but he was doing too much for me. What are you doing with your life? He spends more time trying to be a gangster than actually making music. If you're not really about that life, people in the hood will show you what that life is really like. So if that's not your lane, you know, stay out here and make your music. And chill. Number 5, Donald Trump. He's got his own set of why he's gonna get L's for the next at least 4 years. But this week, he backpedaled on his whole we're gonna build a wall thing and Mexico is going to pay for it by basically saying, hey, the taxpayers are gonna pay for it, and then we're gonna get Mexico to reimburse us later. First of all, Mexico's former president said this, and this, and this. On top of that, that isn't what the campaign promise was. The campaign was that you were expecting Mexico to pay for the wall, even though he went to Mexico and they told him, we're not paying for your damn wall, but he was still rolling with that. Now he's saying that the American taxpayers are gonna have to pay for the wall and then we're gonna somehow get reimbursed later. Are we gonna send them a PayPal invoice? Is there a Square Cash like transaction that's gonna happen with Mexico? How are we actually gonna get our money back? Donald Trump is on the hot seat to really explain how he's gonna get it through Congress that we're gonna end up paying for a wall that Mexico isn't going to pay for, and it's going to only hinder trade relations with a country that we have such a good relationship with in terms of sending jobs there to manufacture things at lower cost. We import a great deal from Mexico. It'll be a really hard sell, and then for the American people to go along with the idea that we now have to pay for a wall that you had told us all along that Mexico was going to pay for. So to recap our top 5 fails of the first week of January, man, we're only 7 days in. Number 1, Kim Burrell and her homophobic rant and basically messing up her money forever at this point. 2, Meek Mill just can't catch a break. His girl left him. His music is trash. 3, Yahoo Finance. Nigger Navy? That a thing? Hopefully you fired that intern. 4, Soulja Boy. Dude, stick to making music. And number 5, Donald Trump. I think the whole country, and I think Mexico is waiting to figure out how are you gonna get them to pay for a wall that they don't want? Inquiring minds want to know. Tell me about what your top stories are this week. Who do you think really caught the biggest L? Kim Burrell? Anybody else on the list? Let me know in the comments below. Show me some love. I think I might try this format out, try to tell some news stories, you know, throughout the week. If you like this idea, let me know in the comments. You think it's cool, you think it's lame. I want to hear from you guys. But until next time, I want you to laugh hard, love hard, dream big. This is J Rock out.